making me stronger. Every time I talk to God, it take a little bit longer. And I know my life is vicious, only making me smarter. I got a target on my back, it's only making it harder. Hey, that's kinda crazy, God made me a father. Every time I set one up, it's cause I always feel bothered. You can see it in my eyes, I always wanted my father. I was raised by my mom who couldn't teach me a lot. You couldn't tell me how I feel.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Conversations with Cook. I'm your host, Terrence Cook, and we're here with Jaimire Dutrieuille. Jaimire, tell the people a little about yourself.
Well, I'm from the Braddock area, Braddock, Pennsylvania. It's where I grew up at. Not the best of areas, but I'm proud of where I grew up at, and I will wear that on my sleeve forever. I went to Slippery Rock. I went to Woodland Hills High School, graduated from there. Then went to Slippery Rock University, graduated from there, where I played football and basketball, and I majored in safety management. And learned a lot of Slippery Rock. My head coach of Slippery Rock, Coach George Mahalik, he always instilled morals in us outside of football, and those morals has stuck with me in things I want to do outside of football. And he always told us to use our platforms to give back. So with me being a notable person in sports in the area, I have a bigger platform that I want to use to get back to kids, because there's not much going around, not much going on in this area for kids to do. And that's why I feel like a lot of the kids, the younger kids, are getting themselves into trouble at younger ages and getting into things that they getting into things that they shouldn't get into and maybe wouldn't get into if they had other options of stuff going on out here. But there isn't much going on out here for them, and we're trying to make that change with my Team Braddock.
So explain to us about the Team Braddock and the program. I know I was one of the members when I was young, and it helped me learn more about team bonding. I mean, the Team Braddock at the time, they was doing the basketballs at the Salvation Army, and I believe her name was Miss Lisa. And she was all very, very awesome, and she did a great job of bringing kids together under one roof from all different types of backgrounds, and just playing ball, getting back to the basics. So could you tell us more about Team Braddock?
Yeah, me and a couple of my friends are trying to revamp the Team Braddock thing that was once a thing. Now we're bringing it back. We're trying to make it a little different, a little better, however we can revamp it. But pretty much we just have clinics 3 days a week. Right now we're in a football session. We already had basketball session. We have clinics, and we just use sports as a way for kids to work out, keep them active and give them something to do, and just to shine light on positive things, and just to teach them team building and being around their peers, and how to love one another and still be competitive and still go towards goals.
So what would you say, coming from the background you come from, knowing the things that you know now, seeing these kids work, what do you think was the best gift that Team Braddock can give to them?
I believe the best gift that Team Braddock can give to them is we can get them fit, but more importantly, we're not just in it for the sport. So we're teaching them morals, and we're teaching them ethics and things that they're going to carry for them, that they should carry with them for the rest of their lives.
So I want to switch gears a little bit.
When someone starts shooting, now most people would just dive for cover, but new right now, Only 11 spoke with a man who was in that very situation. Instead of saving himself, his family says he dove in front of a little girl, taking several bullets that could have hit her. He spoke only with Channel 11 News reporter Michelle Newell from his hospital bed. Michelle, he's got a long road ahead, we understand.
He does, but he is recovering, and we know police haven't made an arrest in that shooting, but Jaimire and his family tell me he wasn't the intended target, but he jumped in to help without a second thought. Sometimes pictures can tell the story of someone's character. These pictures do just that when it comes to Jaimire Dutrieuille, a man who loves helping the youth.
You can't have positive thoughts. How you gonna have a positive mind?
Even from a hospital bed, Jaimire is exactly how so many describe him. He is in the hospital because of what he did for a 9-year-old girl.
I was just walking to her house. I guess when I was on the porch, I guess somebody else was standing on the porch, with a gun or whatever the case may be. Like I said, I don't really remember much.
Moments later, shots were fired on 3rd and Reeves Way in North Braddock on May 28th. Jaimire doesn't remember much, but those who were around him told Jaimire he was shot as he used his body to cover a 9-year-old girl, saving her life.
And covered up Mirage, took the bullets, and yeah, that was that.
He did risk his life to save someone else's, but the kind of person that he is, I'm not surprised.
Love and support can be...
Yeah, that story is definitely, that moment, it was May 28th of 2019. I'll never forget that day. It changed my life completely. Sitting on a porch with a friend and his son and our niece. It's really his niece, but I'm so close to the family, I refer to her as my niece as well. And we're just sitting on the porch. It's just a nice day out like this. We're just talking, enjoying the weather. I'm talking to my niece, asking her about school, you know, just the regular stuff. And out of nowhere, somebody runs up on a porch that we were conversing, runs up on a porch where we're conversing and start letting off shots. So my natural instinct, because I probably, if I would have ran, I most likely wouldn't have got shot those 3 times. But my natural instinct was to shield my niece who was sitting in front of me because the bullets was coming from behind me. So I wanted to shield her to make sure she was okay. And I ended up taking a shot to the back of the head, my elbow, and my butt. And then the shot to my head took some of my vision from me. But I'm grateful. I'm here. It could be a lot worse. Not too many people get shot in the head and live to tell the story. And let alone still be able to have all the motor skills and do pretty much everything that I was doing beforehand. The only thing that hinders me is my vision. But it's a blessing to still be here. Wake up and I thank God every day, because if it wasn't with him, if it wasn't for him fighting with me those 2 months in the hospital, who knows if I would have made it.
First off, wow. Like, I can't even put myself in that position, bro. Seriously, I know as an uncle, I feel exactly where you're coming from. I can only imagine if somebody was going out to me, our first reaction will be to protect. But my man, you're a hero, bro. And I really want you to understand that and know that from the bottom of my heart. What would you say you've learned since that moment?
I've learned a lot since that moment. One thing I definitely learned is watch the company you keep, because the company you keep can sometimes put you in situations that you may have not been in if you wasn't keeping that certain company around. No hard feelings to the person I was with or anything.
Absolutely.
Because I still got love for him. I still my guy. It was just a bad situation and things happen. But I definitely learned to always know who you're hanging with. I've also learned just to love more, I should say, because I've always been a loving person. But to love more, because life can be here today and gone tomorrow. So definitely gotta be showing love, especially to the people that you love, because you never know what can happen. And it also taught me how to fight and just be strong. I mean, I've always been a fighter and been strong-minded, but you never know how much of a strong person you are, how much of a fighter you are, until you're put in certain situations. And me being put in that situation taught me a lot about myself and how much I can fight and how much my drive is to get back. My drive was to get back. That's just my life. My drive to get back is my drive for a lot of stuff. Like my doing stuff with the kids. It makes my heart full when I get to do stuff with the kids, and that's where my drive comes from. Just wanting to see people do better and be better.
So, with the experience that you know now, and experience I'm talking about life, football, character that you built, the platform that you're using, what can kids take away from you at this camp that, you know, me personally, I'll bring my kid to you, because I've seen you play on the field, on and off the field, and more importantly, off the field. The way you handle yourself off the field, it maximizes you on the field. because everyone knows the Jaimire Dutrieuille, the football, the athlete, but I was fortunate enough to know Jaimire Dutrieuille, the person first. Athlete, so you've always been talented. I mean, even when we was back in Longview Heights, you were little, but we were all little, but you were a little bit littler than us, but you had the biggest heart and you wasn't afraid of anybody. And I always admired that character of yours. Are you building that more in Team Braddock now?
Yes, I try to teach the kids I try to teach the kids to be themselves. Because for me, it was a little rough growing up. Well, it wasn't too rough, but growing up, a lot of my friends did certain things, but I knew the life that I wanted for myself. So I knew I couldn't dibble and dabble into those certain things. I can still be friends with them, but there are certain things that I knew I couldn't dibble and dabble in. And I just want to be able to teach them to be themselves. You don't have to follow the crowd or follow the trends of what's going on, or just because your man is trying to influence you to do something. First off, your real friend shouldn't influence you to do bad things. No matter what they do, if they know that's not your lifestyle and they're a real friend, they're not going to put you in no bad situation.
Absolutely.
So we just want to teach people. We want to teach them to be their own individual self and to stay active. And because staying active will keep you out of a lot of trouble.
So what was your process like when you're about to graduate from Woodland Hills? Top program, by the way, very great program. A lot of legends came out of that area as well, that high school as well. What was your process, your thinking, going from that transition from high school into Slippery Rock, and now winning your championships, overcoming so many obstacles? And yes, you beat IUP. I mean, great game, by the way. Great game. But you beat IUP. I mean, you got to give the props, the credit when it's due. But learning that now, what is things that these kids can look up to? What is it, after what you've learned and been through?
What they can see in me and look up to?
Yes.
One, I'm a winner. That's what these rings are. That's what these rings will show you, that I'm a winner. Two, to love everyone, because you never know what people go through on a daily basis or what a person's life like, and you just showing them some love that might make a person's day, week, month, whatever, might help a person make a change. Some people don't want to make change because they don't feel like nobody cares about them. But you show a kid some love, you never know what you might influence them to do. So definitely how to be a winner, showing love, and just being a personable person. That's one of the biggest things that I believe these younger kids they take for granted. Like, being a good person can take you a long way. Building relationships, having the right relationships and not burning bridges will take you a long way. And that's just the things I want to show them outside of sports, because sports is important.
Absolutely.
Don't get me wrong. It's definitely important because it helps you out physically, mentally, and even emotionally. But that's not the main focus.
Absolutely.
That's not the main focus. We want you to be great in sports, and we're going to try to help you to be great in sports, yes. But the main focus is to be a great person at the end of the day.
So we're here right now at this field. Now, I'm glad that we're at this field because it brings back so much memories of the baseball games we all played, being here. Like, bro, a lot has changed. A lot has really, really changed.
You ain't lying.
But, wow, man. And this is where the kids are training at. What's so memorable about this field for you?
Oh, man, I had some good times here, man. Me and you both had some good times here.
Fun fact, guys, fun fact. Me and Jaimire played in Little League together as well. And we played for North Braddock Little League. And we had two great teams, Firemen versus the AMVETs. Two very great teams, very good coaches, very notable coaches. And we had the finals because the championship was there. So we had the finals, best out of three. Two most athletic teams. That was probably the best series I've ever played in. We lost, but it was a hell of a game. I will never forget that game. Jaimire came up big for his team. I came up big, but at the same time, I didn't get it done at the end. But to see you guys from where y'all started to where y'all finished, the firemen deserve to win that game. They deserve to win at that point in time. Just being back here, just so many memories. Like, it's cool. Like, I'm glad this location that you're doing this. Like, seriously, like,
It's nostalgic, and it just, like, when I get to train with the kids, because when the kids are out here, I'm training with them. I'm either showing them the workouts or I'm going through the workouts with them, just to let them know, you know, I'm not too good to be out here with y'all. So I'm not bigger than y'all. I'm not better than y'all. I'm here to make y'all better, but I'm also just the same person as y'all. I was in y'all shoes at one time as well, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just love it here, man. It just brings back so many memories to do. And it's just good to, you know, be able to be back. It's nostalgic. I was here at a young age, running around, playing baseball and all that good stuff. And now I get to train kids on doing stuff on this same field. It's great.
This is beautiful, man. Hey, Jaimire, thank you for your time, your efforts. Continue to keep doing what you're doing. I'm inspired. I'm motivated. You motivate me. And keep it up, bro. You always have an ally in me. If you need anything with Team Braddock, please reach out. Keep up the great work, bro, because you're doing an amazing job that a lot of people wouldn't take on that task. And knowing your story, knowing your background, you're the right man for the job. And I'm fortunate enough you're still here with us, seriously, and being next to you, showing that fight, that grit, still reminds me of the young Jaimire, that just never say die attitude, the fighter in him, the no quit. You're not going to beat me. That is what makes this moment better to me at least. So please don't ever change, bro. I know you're not, but keep leading by example. I'm proud of you, and thanks again.
Appreciate you, big dog.
Yes, sir. All right, and thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll tune in next week with Conversations with Cook.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Have a good day, guys.
Thinking I put my pain in this music, acceptable, not a thing. In my life, it was really torture. My city, it came with rain. Rest in peace, whopping knees in the burger, and it ain't the same. Rest in peace, Antoine Rose, and you're killing it, left a stain. It fucked me up, man, we really just gotta change. I got two sons, and they black, and they look